This is the Belimed WD-250 washer disinfector. The operating panel consists of a display that indicates that the program is ready, a date, time, some features down at the bottom that activate a buzzer or a printer, 6 programs that are available, a power on-off and a reset button, a door open and close button, and the main power switch. The 6 programs that are available on the washer are number 1, an enzymatic or instruments normal program, an intensive program, number 2. Number 3 is a quick program. Program number 4 is a normal program that doesn't use deionized water or lubrication. Program 5 is for basins. And number 6 is a supplemental dry program. The difference between the programs, in the normal wash, we pre-wash using cold water, wash with hot water, rinse, and then go through a thermal disinfection where we reach 93 degrees Celsius, and then we dry. The intensive program is very similar to the normal, except that we wash for a little bit longer time and add a little bit more soap for your heavily soiled instruments. The quick cycle operates very similar to a normal, but in the pre-wash, we combine it with the wash. And rather than drying, we do a vapor removal so that when the door opens, there isn't any steam coming out of the door. But you have to realize that when you use that quick cycle, your instruments will come out wet. Your labels may indicate that you don't use enzymatic soap, so they will display instruments in place of enzymatic. The components inside the wash chamber are the docking ports that meet up with the racks, 4 sensors that dictate what type of program it's going to run, wash arms located at the bottom and the top. There's 3 strainers that require daily maintenance, here, here. When you remove these, be sure to wear gloves or appropriate personal protective equipment. And one last one located at the bottom of the chamber. Be careful of the steam coils that are located inside the sump. When loading the WD-250, make sure that the rack is oriented correctly to the washer. The docking ports and the magnets should be on the right-hand side as you enter the washer. Push the washer in until the docking ports mate up with the rack. Then close the door and select the cycle. The display will change to indicate that we're running a Program 2 enzymatic intensive, and also indicate how much time is left in the cycle. This is a countdown timer, so we have 44 minutes left to the end of the cycle. Our first step is a pre-wash. Also gives us a small indicator to tell us we're in the first step of the wash cycle. The temperature of the wash water is displayed as well. The chamber will fill with water. The circulation pump will start. And then we turn the water back on to fill up to a dynamic level of washing. This ensures that we have the correct amount of water and the correct amount of detergent so that we have an effective cleaning product. When your chemical tank's empty, you'll get an alarm indicating doser empty, in this case number 4, which means your container 4 is empty. Refill it and your alarm will disappear. When an alarm condition presents itself, as in this case, no DI water, we also get an error code, 143. We get a small message that says to reset and restart, meaning to answer the alarm, we reset, and what we ask you to do is restart the program so that we can be assured that there is a fault and not something that was coincidental. With the proper orientation of the rack, you can load the rack with your instrument tray, making sure to stay within the confines of the rack, on the sides, as well as the front and the back. Taking note of the height of your racks on the top. You need to make sure to stay within the confines to avoid any obstructions on the conveying system or as the rack enters the chamber. Once you're ready, advance the rack onto the conveying system until the automation turns on. The rack will transfer all the way into the transfer point. The conveying system will automatically select a washer according to the priority of sequence and then availability, so that maintains approximate even count of cycles throughout all of the washers on the system. The conveying has selected number 2 washer. It advances over in front of the washer. It slows down for precise positioning. The door opens. The rack is then loaded into the chamber where the magnets determine what program will it run. It is automatically selected, the door closes, and the cycle begins. When the program is finished in the automated mode, we get an indication that the program is finished and a rack unloading display. The door automatically opens at the end of the cycle, and the rack is ejected from the chamber. The door automatically closes, and the rack will be transported down to the unload position at the end of the conveying system. When the rack automatically unloads from the washer, if there's any obstruction, the rack will not eject. We'll get a flashing indication on our emergency stop. In order to clear it, press the emergency stop, remove the obstruction, pull the emergency stop out, hit the reset button, and the automation will continue with its operation and eject the load. This procedure is the same for clean side or dirty side. This concludes the in-service training video for the Belimed WD-250 washer decontaminator. For further information, you can review your operator's manual located in the department.